Where the fuck have you been? I told you to come straight here. I've had people out combing the streets looking for you.
I'm sorry, I don't always do as I'm told.
It's time we talk about the potential fourth installment of the 50 Shades series. Rumor has it that we might get a glimpse into Christian and Anna's life after the whirlwind events of the previous movies. But what exactly do we know about this supposed new chapter in their lives? Well, let's dive in and see what's cooking. For those who need a refresher, 50 Shades is a series of erotic novels by British author E.L. James. It started as a trilogy with 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Darker, and 50 Shades Freed, published in 2011 and 2012. The story revolves around Anastasia Steele, a college graduate, and Christian Grey, a young businessman who introduces Anna to the world of BDSM. The success of the books took James by surprise, describing them as her midlife crisis writ large where she poured her fantasies. She began writing in January 2009 after finishing the Twilight Saga and discovering fanfiction later that year. The trilogy's sales skyrocketed, with James becoming one of the highest-earning authors by 2013, earning $95 million, including $5 million from the film rights to 50 Shades of Grey. Despite the commercial success, critics largely panned the books, especially the first one. However, the series continued to expand, with James releasing parallel novels as told by Christian, including Grey, Darker, and Freed, which retell the events from Christian's perspective. So after all the drama in 50 Shades Freed, it's only natural to wonder what happens next for Anna and Christian, right? Well, there are a bunch of directions their story could take. Imagine diving into the whole parenting thing. With Theodore now in the picture, they're facing a whole new set of challenges and joys as they figure out this whole parenting gig. Think of sleepless nights, diaper blowouts, and the roller coaster of emotions that come with raising a tiny human amidst their crazy lives. And then bam, Anna's pregnant again with Phoebe. Double trouble, right? Balancing expanding their family with their careers and dealing with all the drama that comes their way is bound to keep things interesting. But it's not just about babies and business. Anna and Christian have been through a lot, and their relationship has been tested big time. Maybe we could see them really working on healing their past wounds and finding a solid foundation for their family. It'd be a journey of forgiveness, trust, and building something strong together. Speaking of business, Christian's empire and Anna's publishing gig offer a whole world of possibilities. Think power struggles, corporate drama, and tough decisions that could shape their future. Of course, personal growth is a big theme too. They both come a long way since we first met them, and there's still so much more to explore about who they are as individuals and as a couple. And let's not forget their awesome support system of friends and family. Those relationships could be fleshed out even more, showing just how important friendship and community are in their lives. But hey, life's never just smooth sailing, right? There are bound to be some unexpected challenges popping up, testing Anna and Christian's strength and love for each other. Overall, diving back into Anna and Christian's world would be a chance to explore love, trust, redemption, and all the messy, beautiful stuff that comes with being human. And seeing how they've grown and changed since we first met them would be one heck of a ride. So there's this lingering question that 50 Shades fans have been itching to get an answer to, especially with the possibility of a fourth movie on the horizon. In 50 Shades Freed, there's this moment where Anna seems totally shocked to find out that Christian owns a plane. She's questioning him about it as if it's the most mind-blowing revelation ever. But hold up, rewind a bit. Didn't Christian mention buying an airline in the last movie? An airline! That's not just one plane, that's a whole fleet. Plus, he's taken Anna on planes before, not to mention flying around in his own fancy helicopter with a Grey logo plastered on it. So the big question is, how on earth does Anna need clarification about whether Christian might be wealthy enough to own a plane after being with him for so long? It's one of those head-scratching moments that fans are hoping will be addressed if there's a 50 Shades 4. First up is Christian's choice of gift. Now, you'd think a guy like him, dripping in wealth and sophistication, would knock it out of the park with a honeymoon present, right? But instead, he goes for a charm bracelet complete with an Eiffel Tower charm. I mean, seriously? That's like the go-to gift for a teenager or a distant relative you don't really know. And Anna's reaction speaks volumes. She never wears that thing again. It's a classic case of mismatched expectations, leaving us all wondering what Christian was thinking. Then there's Jack Hyde and his sudden transformation into a hacking mastermind. Last time we checked, he was just a fiction editor at a small publishing house, not some tech-savvy cyber criminal. Breaking into a high-tech company like Grey Industries is no small feat, especially when you're more accustomed to editing manuscripts than navigating computer systems. It's a bit like expecting your plumber to fix your car, it just doesn't add up. But hey, maybe he binge-watched too many hacker movies and decided to give it a shot. In any case, it's one of those plot twists that leaves us scratching our heads and reaching for the popcorn. Given the focus on female pleasure and the mostly female audience, the absence of male nudity in the 50 Shades trilogy is undoubtedly perplexing. While we see Anastasia bearing it all multiple times, Christian remains covered up. A chance to counterbalance the objectification of sexuality and provide viewers with a more equal perspective is lost. After all, if we're supposed to be thinking about Christian in those steamy scenes, why not show him off too? Anastasia's promotions at work seem to defy logic. From assistant to fiction editor and now returning from her honeymoon to an even more prestigious title? It's a wonder how this office operates, let alone manages to reward someone who doesn't seem to merit it. It's a reflection of the nepotism and privilege often criticized in the publishing industry, leaving us scratching our heads about who's really pulling the strings. The name of Boyce Fox's book series is another puzzling aspect. Starting with Purgatory in the Inferno trilogy seems to defy the logical progression of Dante's Divine Comedy. It's like staring in the middle of the story without any explanation. And Anna's obsession with Dante's Inferno only adds to the confusion. Is it really the only book she's ever read? Her repeated references to it feel out of place and leave us wondering if there's more to her literary tastes than meets the eye. With that being said, Christian's sudden involvement in Africa raises more questions than answers. When he buys Anna a house and hires the flirtatious architect Gia Matteo to redesign it, we're left scratching our heads at his supposed philanthropic endeavors on the continent. Gia's flirtatious comment about loving what he's doing in Africa is as cringe-worthy as it gets, highlighting the absurdity of the situation. It's a line that belongs in a comedy sketch, not a serious conversation. The whole scenario leaves us wondering what exactly Christian is up to in Africa and why it's become a plot point in the story. That's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed exploring all those burning questions about 50 Shades. But don't worry, we're just scratching the surface here. There are plenty more mysteries to unravel, so be sure to stay tuned for future videos where we will dive deeper into the world of Anna and Christian. And hey, if you got suggestions for what you want to see next, drop them in the comments below. Until next time, take care and see you in the next video.